Hello to everyone. My name is Gabriella Suzanne Vanzan, and I'm a climate leader and mentor within the Italian team of the Climate Reality Project. And I'm also vice president of Mountain Wilderness International, an NGO that was originally founded by mountaineers and whose mission is to protect and preserve the natural and cultural heritage of mountain areas. And here you can see an example of a project we implemented in the Swat Valley in Pakistan. Now, as you may probably have understood in this short video, I will be dealing with the environment that is closest to my heart, that is mountain areas. Now, mountains cover around 27% of the world's surface, and in the EU27 they represent almost 29% of landmass, and 40% of them are covered by forests worldwide, 41% in Europe, this making mountains an excellent carbon sink. Now, mountain ecosystems play a key role in the water cycle for lowland regions. They provide between 60 and 80% of the water we use. And as a matter of fact, the Alps that you see here in a NASA picture are considered Europe's water towers. So they influence temperature and precipitation, and they modulate runoff, and they also contribute to preventing and mitigating natural hazards. Now, mountains are also home to 25% of the Earth's biodiversity and to over 28% of the world's forests. But unfortunately, mountain ecosystems are also very fragile and vulnerable and are also bearing the heavy burden of climate change. Last week, UN General Secretary Antonio Guterres said that we are now 1.2 degrees hotter than before the Industrial Revolution. Well, unfortunately, temperatures in mountain areas are increasing at least twice as much. And with rising temperatures, the area covered by glaciers has shrunk by 30% in the last 50 years, and it will shrink by about 80% until the end of the century, meaning that only glaciers above 3,000 meters above sea level will remain, and this will affect the whole water cycle. For example, every degree Celsius increase in temperature causes the snow line to rise on average by about 150 meters. This means that precipitation will change from snow to rain, and the decrease in snow cover, besides the decrease in glaciers, will lead to an above average warming of mountains because snow-free surfaces absorb much more radiation than snow and ice covered surfaces. Besides, there is a clear relationship between glacier melting, permafrost thawing, and the increase in rock falls, in debris flows, in mud flows, and landslides, because permafrost and ice maintain the ground frozen and have a stabilizing function, and ice holds rocks together. This means mountains are getting increasingly dangerous, not only for us mountaineers and hikers, but they can also cause destruction to property and death in valleys. Now, the increase in temperatures has also multiplied extreme weather events. You may probably have heard of the Vaya storm that hit the Eastern Alps at the end of October 2018 and felled 14 million trees. but we are also witnessing altitudinal shifts in mountain ecosystems due to climate change. This means that vegetation and the tree line are moving upwards, just like wildlife, in search of more suitable conditions, and seasons are changing too. Due to higher temperatures. Now, let me give you an example. The ibex. Their numbers are dwindling in the Alps. The ibex offspring is getting weaker and weaker. Half of the offspring, as a matter of fact, does not make it through the first winter. In fact, according to data from the Gran Paradiso National Park in Italy, survival has been at 36% over the last 10 years. And this happens why? This happens because as temperatures rise, spring arrives ever increasingly earlier, and the plants and grasses the ibex feed on are already dry when females calve in July, not providing ibex females with enough energy to produce enough milk to enable their offspring to grow up strong and to toughen up for the winter. Now, mountains during history may have acted as barriers to trade and conquest, but they do not act as barriers to climate change. And climate change does not stop at borders nor at mountains. In fact, mountains can be considered as a sort of a canary in the coal mine when it comes to climate change, considering their twofold increase, their at least twofold increase in temperatures. And this is why we really need to make the Paris Agreement a reality and fight for 1.5. Thank you.